Belinda Liu from Singapore. Please unmute your microphone. Okay. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Ajahn. I'm well.
Good.
Just by chance, get to see you. Good to see you, Ajahn.
Yes, this is no appointment. It's just by chance. Anybody happens to come in at this time, they get to see it. Because I don't want to make appointment because sometimes I cannot keep the appointment. So, but generally, this is the day, and this is the time for this meeting, but not fixed. Sometimes we have to change according to the situation. So it's better not to have it fixed, and people can be expecting and then not getting what they expect, and they can become disappointed. So just let it be, let it happen. You got any question today?
No, for now, Ajahn.
Not for now. Maybe I can ask you. You live in Singapore.
Yes, I live in Singapore.
Are you a family, a housewife, or are you single?
I'm single. I'm born in Malaysia, and I've been staying in Singapore for over 20 years as a Singapore permanent resident.
Do you work?
I'm currently unemployed. I just got because the last job was in aviation industry, so I lost the job. I took the retrenchment package, but the government in Singapore is very helpful. They give grant, so I have a little bit grant on a monthly basis for 3 months now to temporarily support my rental and all.
Do you have to eventually get another job soon?
Yes, I will have to get another job soon, but this period I allow myself to allow the emotions to settle down because my father also just passed away in Johor Bahru, Malaysia. I couldn't get to reunite with my father. So the whole family couldn't reunite, but we did a video conference to see him off. It was fortunate that he was not diagnosed with COVID, so he could have 1 day funeral at home. So I'm allowing the emotions to settle down before I embark to the next job. But for now, it's not easy to get a job for permanent resident also. The priorities are given to the Singaporean or the locals first. So I like Ajahn said, go with the flow. And not to set too much expectations. Try to keep the mind in present moment. It has been raining in Singapore, lots of rain. So I just count my blessings. There's a roof to stay still. There are enough food. So in that way, the mind is not so depressed. And so today I'm lucky to see Ajahn also. So I feel very blessed. So I just count the blessings as much as possible and try to keep the mind present so that it doesn't get too anxious or not too much on the past. If not, you get very depressed.
Try to live like a monk so you don't have to spend much money. Eat once a day.
I'd like to ask Ajahn, in fact, today I didn't have my dinner, so I could just skip on dinner. Ajahn, I'd like to ask, I find that when the mind wants to be in the present, there's something fear that blocking the mind, like the fear of, if the awareness is correct, the fear is about losing the sense of me and my problem. So whenever the mind coming back to the present, the mind would be busy to wanting maybe to get in touch with friends. The mind also want to escape from the present. The mind is not interested to stay in the present, not interested to be in a samsara. and then the mind will get worried. The mind will get worried over, the mind would react continuously. So maybe I would start to look for friends. So that it's very not easy to just stay with the emotions or watch the emotions, because the mind would just keep intercept, and I will have a lot of comments. So then the habits come in. So I start to listen to radio and all.
The mind is confused. It doesn't know the way to peace. See? So it keeps searching for this and that. And they are not the solution. The real solution is your mantra. Just keep reciting the mantra. Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. To stop your mind from grasping, from desiring, from looking for things to solve your problem. Because nothing in this world can solve your problem. Your problem can only be solved by calming your mind. So just calm it by reciting a mantra, do some chanting. Do a lot of chanting, not really some chanting. Just keep chanting until your mind becomes calm and peaceful before you stop. If your mind is restless and agitated and keep looking for things, then you should stop it, because you cannot solve your problem by going after something. You might kick the problem down the road, but eventually you get to it again by solving your mind, by going outside for people or things to make you feel good. The real way to solve it is to bring your mind inside, not going outside, by using Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. So your mind stop thinking about people and things, and then the mind will be calm, and then you'll find peace and contentment. Then you know you don't really need anybody or anything. So this is what the way to solve your mental problem is, to stop your mind from thinking by reciting a mantra or do chanting. Try to do it seriously. Do it, really do it. Just keep doing it. And just don't give up after 5 minutes when you don't get any result. Just keep doing it until you get the result. You will get the result if you don't stop. But if you stop, then you come back to square one again. So try to use mantra or chanting. You don't have to sit when you chant mantra or chanting. You can be walking, washing your dishes, or whatever. Because it's a form of thought. See, this is replacing the form of thought that is bad for your mind, that cause your mind insecurity and confusion. You know. Stop it. You're creating confusion yourself, by not sure which way to go, or what to do, or what to have. Regardless of what you get, you cannot solve the problem, your mental problem.
Yeah. Ajahn, I have a question that I've always asked. Over the years, after practicing purification, realized the mind become like a child, very much like a children. So the mind began to see the mind, the defilement. Example, the mind is very willful, like the mind would not want to listen. Then it's a very strong energy that it doesn't want to take instructions, even though the mind is trying to tell the mind the correct way. So then the mind would have, it's like a child, a very willful child. So then
Very stubborn, very stubborn.
yes, very stubborn.
So you have to be stubborn with your mantra. Don't give up your mantra. If you persist with your mantra, you will win, and your mind will be subdued eventually.
And then the mind also like a child where the mind need to rely on a celestial being like Guan Yin. Guan Yin is my godmother.
This is all delusion.
Yes. But sometimes it's so strong, like the mind like a child. And even though the body is not a child, that the mind be like one. And then sometimes it helps to recite like Itipiso, Bhagava, Araham Sama Sambuddho. Sometimes it helps.
Keep reciting until your mind becomes calm and empty. Don't stop. It's good. It's good to recite, but you just have to keep doing it for a long time until your mind eventually stop resisting your mantra or your chanting. Then it becomes calm, and then you will notice the difference right away inside your mind. Your mind will become empty, light, and peaceful and happy.
Ajahn also, after my father passed away in April, I did the 8 precepts for him because I could work from home.
You cannot keep the 8 precepts for him. You keep it for yourself.
I think the mind here is the mind. The mind tends to have motivation to keep 8 precepts, so I can dedicate the merits to him.
That's the wrong motivation. That's the wrong motivation.
That's the mind works that way. Like
the right motivation is that you're doing it for yourself. It's good for yourself to keep the 8 precepts.
The mind feels like I do it for father, at the same time it's for myself. This mind tends to do for other people, and then the mind has not so much metta to the self, and the foundation is the self, but the mind has not enough metta to the self.
It's a misunderstanding, see, because if you use this reason, then maybe after a while you will stop doing it because you feel, oh, I haven't done for this or that person already, so it's enough for me. So it's not the right motivation. The right motivation is to keep it for yourself as a path to your enlightenment. That's what the 8 precepts, that's all the precepts are for. A step in the path to nibbana, to enlightenment, which you have to keep until you reach enlightenment, not just simply doing it for someone for a few days and then you stop, So that's the wrong motivation, wrong way of motivate yourself. Because you have to understand the purpose of keeping the precept. The precept is to support your practice, your meditation practice, and free your mind from suffering. So you have to keep the 8 precept all the time until it eventually becomes natural. You don't feel like you have to force it to keep the 8 precept. You just want to keep the 8 precept. Not just because you do it for someone. Like people, when somebody died, okay, they come to the temple every day for 1 month or 2 weeks, and after a while they just stop. They say, "Oh, I have done enough for my father or mother who passed away." Then they return back to their normal ways again. See? But that's not the purpose of keeping the 8 precepts. The precept is to prepare yourself for the meditation practice. But anyway, you can do it anywhere you want. But this is just my opinion of what the 8 precept is supposed to be to do.
I do my best to keep 8 precepts on Uposatha days.
You can keep it on any day. The more you keep, the better it is. It's like saving money in the bank.
Yes, yes. Less meals.
So why not save a lot of money? Why spend money? If you can save money, save it, because then when the rainy day comes, then you can have the money to spend.
Sometimes the mind thinks that keeping 8 precepts is tough, and the mind wants to give the mind like not wanting to suffer, but because of not wanting to suffer, like going back to karma tanha, it's like a temporary relief.
You have to look at your idol. You look at the Buddha and his noble disciples. If they can keep the 8 precepts, you can keep the 8 precepts also. Okay. All right. We have spent enough time with you, so let me go to the next person first. We can come back later on the next round if you have any question later on.
Thank you
Hi,
so much.
Sui. Okay. Hi, Sui and Czech. How are you? Wake up. It's early in the morning. Sleepy.
Yeah, good morning, Ajahn.
Good evening, Ajahn.
Good evening.
It's 4, huh? 4:30 or something. Oh, 5:11.
Yeah.
So how are you, both of you?
We're good, Ajahn. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Any question today?
That was really good talk you gave to Belinda. I guess you were saying that it's the wrong motivation. I got that, but sometimes I do use, like, for you always say patibat bucha. Is that okay motivation? Like sometimes I think about Ajahn and the Buddha and the disciple, and I feel motivated to continue the practice. But you're saying it should be for ourselves, right, Ajahn?
That's right, because you're the one who's in trouble, not the Buddha. Why the Buddha is he's saved, he saved himself. You're the one who still needs salvation. You're the one who has to do it for yourself. See? So what better motivation than that? Why do you eat every day? For yourself, right? You don't eat for other people, right? Okay. Right. That's the best motivation. It's yourself, self-preservation, self-redemption, or let's put it that way. Redeem yourself from suffering. Self-liberation. Self-liberation. Huh?
It's wrong view.
Well, it's not the right view anyway. I'm not sure it's wrong or not, but people like to use other people as a reason for doing something good. But when they do something good for themselves, they don't think about it. When they buy a new bag, a new pair of shoes, they don't think, "Oh, I'm doing this for myself." They just do it, right? So maybe they feel guilty. People tend to do a lot of things for themselves. So sometimes they feel like, "Oh, I have to do something for other people." But actually, what you do in terms of Buddhist practices, you're actually doing for yourself, not for anybody else. Because you're the recipient of the work you do, see, not the person that you do it for, not the Buddha, not your parents, not anybody. So why delude yourself? Why deceiving yourself that you're doing it for somebody else when you're actually doing it for yourself? But sometimes I don't know why people like to feel like doing things for other people. I guess maybe this will make them feel happy, better.
I guess we are taught like in the conventional world that, like, not to help other, like, not help, I mean, like, giving something to yourself is suppose like we should be more think about other people than ourselves, which is I totally, you're right, like it's delusion.
Because most of the time we do it for ourselves. Everything that we do,
Right.
every day that you work,
Yeah.
all the money that you spend, 99% you do it for yourself, and you give 1% to Dana.
Mm,
So don't delude yourself.
mm, mm,
Even if you give 100% of your wealth away, you're still doing it for yourself, because it
the
means that
people.
you're ready to take the meditative life in full time, and you don't see the need for keeping the money. Like the Buddha, see, he gave up his possession when he left the palace. He didn't take anything with him.
Yeah, thank you for correcting my view, Ajahn. That's a very valuable lesson. Thank you.
Yeah, you should look at what you do and ask yourself, who do you actually do it for? You do it for the Buddha, you do it for me, or you do it for yourself. So
Yeah,
the Buddha said you are the recipient of your own karma.
your own, yeah, right.
Whatever you do, whatever karma you do, good or bad, you're the one who received the result of your karma, not other people. So why pretend that you're doing for the Buddha or doing for somebody else? Right?
Ajahn, that's a good slap. Another
Another
good
slap.
slap. Thank you.
Another slap.
All right, thank you.
So anyway, maybe the Buddha, if he knows that you follow his teaching, he might be happy. I don't know.
I don't think so, Ajahn. I think something to just comfort ourselves. But I think that's good. That's really good. Like straightforward and beautiful and right to the heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any
Thank you,
more
Ajahn.
questions from
Oh,
Sweet?
yeah, I never think do it for others, but I think do it for myself. So I think maybe there's a male and female thing. So I'm not sure, but okay, just realized. Yeah, when I keep the 8% for myself, right?
Yes, it's like eating. See? It's like
Yeah.
putting on clothes. The
Oh,
precept are like the clothes for your mind, beautify your mind and protect your mind from unwanted sphere of existence. If you don't keep the precept, you will enter into the animal realm of existence and the hungry ghost realm. So if you keep, then you're actually buying insurance. It's like buying insurance for yourself. The
yeah.
precepts are like insurance. They will protect you from falling to the four lower realms of existence.
Oh,
Yeah, okay,
that's good
Most of
analogy.
them like that. Yeah.
Insurance. Okay.
yeah. As as for me, the meditation, I found like Buddho, Dhammo, and Sangho. If I do it together, then it's easier for my mind to focus. So I guess that's okay, right?
Yes, sometimes people have to do some long recitation, even like chanting, to keep their mind occupied. If they have to recite just one word, they feel repetitive and they don't want to do it.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
after your mind has become more concentrated, then you would prefer just the one word. It's easier.
Oh, okay.
When you
Or
first
the word.
started, your mind think a lot, so you have to use this mind to think about the chanting instead of just the one word, the mantra. But after you reach another level, when the mind becomes calmer and more concentrated, then you feel that chanting is too much work. So you want to just recite just one word, Bhutto, Bhutto, or not even Bhutto. You might even want to stop reciting altogether and then just keep watching your breath instead.
Oh, yes. Yeah. That was what I was going to ask you. Yeah. After Buddho, Dhammo, Sangho, and then once it can get concentrated, then I just stop reciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
It's like driving the automobile. You have to shift gear from when you start. You have to put in first gear, but then after the automobile start running, then you have to shift it to second gear. Your mind is like an automobile. When you first start to meditate, it's running 100 miles per hour. Yeah. So you have to find some way of slowing it down, like driving up an incline, like driving up to a hill or something to slow it down. So like doing chanting will slow it down. The chanting is like going up an incline, see. Then it will slow down your thoughts, and eventually it will stop. Then you feel that you don't need to do chanting anymore, and you want to keep on maybe looking at your breath,
Yeah.
or just reciting just one word, the mantra, the Bhutto, or other word if you like, Anicca, Anicca, anything, Anatta, Anatta. Some people like Anatta, some people like Dukkha, Dukkha. Any one word will do, just to
Oh,
prevent the mind from generating more thoughts.
yeah.
And your mind will
Okay.
be able to enter into calm, into full concentration, jhana.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Ajahn.
Yeah, Ajahn.
Okay, we'll come back to you later, the next round. Hi,
Sure.
Gek Yenso, how are you? From Penang.
Ajahn, nice to meet you again.
You got any question today?
And just now you mentioned that we do things for ourselves. I saw it's pretty common for those people surrounding me when they do dana or any donation. They always write other people names. For example, when the mama or daddy, they will write their son or daughter name, instead of their name in the dana.
That's because they don't understand the, the, the concept of karma. See, what they do, they're the one who receive the result, not other people, good or bad. Yeah. They still don't understand this. So they just want to feel like Santa Claus, they want to do something for other people because it makes them feel good. When you do something for somebody, you feel good. But that's not the real result from giving, doing something. You're doing for yourself. And not just for a certain period of time. When that period of time passes away, then you stop doing it. This is something you want to do constantly. Every Buddhist practices are supposed to be done constantly, not just for any specific reason, like your birthday or your father's passing away day. So you do it. So you only do it once a year. When in fact you should do it every day. We have people where I go to collect food. They give food every day, not because they give because somebody died or somebody's birthday. They give every day because they want to do dana, and also using the need of the monk as the reason for them to do the dana.
So, Ajahn, can I say that it means that when we do dana, when we transfer merits, it's only significant when that person passed away, right? Then the
Yes,
merit.
it is very small amount of merit that you can pass away. The majority of the merit is you're the one who keep it. You cannot send it all. The Buddha compared it to the water droplet left in the glass when you finish drinking. There's still some droplets left in the glass. That's the amount of merit that you can transfer to the spirit. Very little. So you're the one who receive the benefit yourself, not the other people, the spiritual people. They only receive very tiny amount. Okay.
So yeah, so if that person is still not passed away, still alive yet, it means that the transfer merit to him or to her is not significant, right? Then can I say it this way?
No, you don't transfer because he can do it himself. Why should he need to get it from you? If he has any money, especially when he knows he's gonna die, he can make a lot of merit for himself by giving up all his money before he dies. Yeah. And it takes a lot of merit with him, busload of merit, not just a few droplets of merit in a glass of water. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. Thanks, Ajahn, for your advice. Yeah.
Okay. People don't understand all these practices and they just do it with a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Forrest, Tom. How are you? Are you
Hi,
happy with the election result? Get a little
yes.
politics.
A lot of people here celebrating. I have another question related to the topic of the motivation for practice. So I think most of the time I am doing practice for myself, but sometimes I'm also motivated so that if I practice hard enough, then if I can become enlightened and help teach other people, is that okay motivation, or is it still better to just focus on myself?
That will come eventually, but first you need to become enlightened first. Like when you study, you first need to graduate first before you can become a teacher. So don't worry about teaching other people. Teach yourself now. Get yourself graduated from the Buddhist school, Buddhist university. Once you have graduated the PhD from Buddhist university, then you can become a professor.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then the other thing that I wanted to ask is that recently I'm feeling a lot of anger, not for some particular reason, but I don't know why. So what can I do about that?
Your mind doesn't have happiness within itself, so it's easily angered. So what you do is you have to meditate a lot to calm your mind, to make your mind happy. Once you're happy, then you can tolerate a lot of things and people. But when you're not happy, anything or anybody can cause you to become angry very easily.
Okay.
So your mind lack peace, happiness, mental happiness, not the happiness that you get from sensual pleasure.
Yeah.
Those are brief and they are addictive. And when you cannot get them, it makes you feeling even worse than before.
Yeah.
What you need is to do a lot of meditation to calm your mind. Meditation is like food for the mind. It will make the mind feel fulfilled, content, and happy. Then it can tolerate a lot of things. It can just look at things and just laugh, say, so what? It's none of my business anyway. Why should I bother with people or things? It's the business. See? But when your mind is not happy, your mind becomes what you call unreasonable, and it seems to blame everybody or everything for your bad, for your temper, for your anger. When what is to blame is your own mind that has no happiness, because you don't give it happiness. You don't meditate.
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
So if you advance on your practice, you'll find that anger becomes less and less and few and far away as you advance in your meditation practice. You have more contentment, you have more peace and happiness. And then you can tolerate a lot of people and things more and more as you advance in your practice.
Okay.
Until you have 100% tolerance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
That's all for now. Huh? I'll go to the
Yeah.
next person. Okay, Joseph, you're next. Hi, Joseph, from Malaysia. Before was from Boston. Forrest was from Boston. Hi, Joseph, go ahead.
How are you, Ajahn? Yeah, okay, Ajahn, I have one question. Okay, one of the Eightfold Noble path is right thought, okay? When it comes to the four khandhas of feeling, mind, mental volition, and consciousness, these, when they come and they go, these are not self, right?
Yes,
So,
they are mental process. They're mental process or mental phenomena.
so if this mental process, if wrong thoughts and so on come to our mind, so if it is not personal or non-self, will it be counted as wrong thoughts? And will it produce bad or wrong karma?
Wrong thoughts will produce bad karma. Good thoughts will produce good karma.
So even though these khandhas are not self, they can produce bad karma.
Yes, there are processes, and the result of karma, just like the result of like a wind. When the wind blows, you get result from the wind blowing. It blows the leaves. If it's a storm, it blows the house away. It's still a natural process.
But if we cannot control them and it is not self, how is it that we produce bad karma for ourselves?
You cannot control them all the time, but you can control them some of the time.
Right. Right.
By using Dhamma as the controller, you're using mindfulness, then you can stop it from time to time. Like when you enter into jhana, you stop the thoughts. And you can use right view to direct the thought to go in the right direction. That's why you need right view first. You have to learn from the Buddha, the right view. Our views are all delusional, wrong views. But we cannot always tell it to stop thinking. Eventually, after you have tamed it and direct it to go in the right direction, then you just let it go. It will be thinking about only good things and not bad things. It's like the water in the stream. You can direct it if you cut a channel, then you can direct the water to go in the channel that you want it to go. The thought is like a stream. It's a stream of thoughts, that we can direct it go into a certain direction. So we want to train it to go into the right direction, which is to have right action and right speech, right livelihood, right exertion, and the exertion to get rid of your defilement. This is the right exertion. In order to get rid of your defilement, you have to have right mindfulness and right samadhi, right concentration. So once you get the right view, then it will then direct you to this direction, to sila, to mindfulness, samadhi, and wisdom eventually. Okay.
Right. So we have to overcome and counter the wrong thoughts that come to our mind via the khandhas by right thoughts and
Right thought, right. When you recite the mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, this is right thought.
Right. Okay. Overcoming it by being mindful with a mantra and also meditation.
Or you can think with right view, like no self or dukkha or anicca.
Right. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hello for now.
Yeah. For now. Thank you.
We'll go to Alvin Lee. Hi, Alvin. How are you?
Hi, Tanajan. How are you? I'm good, thanks. Good, thanks. Yeah.
Any question?
No, Ajahn, I don't have any question today.
All right, we'll
Thanks.
go to Philip then. Philip and Adeline, hi. Any question?
Hi, Ajahn. Ajahn, how are you today?
Good, good. Thank you.
Thank you. Currently, no questions. A lot of it was answered earlier. This is like my tuition class, and I have the whole week to do my practice and my experiment.
Okay. All right, we'll come back to you later if you have any question. We'll next go to Shweta. Hi, Shweta. Am I pronouncing your name right?
Yes, Ajahn. Yes,
Okay.
that's right.
Where are you from, by the way?
I'm originally from Nepal, but I'm currently living in Illinois, in the US.
Okay. Yes. So it's 8 o'clock in the morning for you, or
7:40. Now it's 7:40.
Almost 8. Okay.
Yeah.
You've been living in the States for a long time now?
Yeah. It's been almost 20 years.
20 years.
This is one thing.
You have any question?
So I have a question regarding a sitting meditation. Ajahn, like in our working days, we set aside like 2 hours in the morning or 1 hour in the morning and evening, like that. And when we start Anapana meditation, like at what point can we do Vipassana meditation? Like,
You have to do it separately. You have to do it separately.
Yeah. So for example, I have 2 hours in the morning. So can I do Anapanasati meditation 1 hour and then the second hour Vipassana meditation?
Yes, you can divide up whichever way you like. But mostly I would prefer that you do a lot of samatha first before you go to Vipassana. Because without samatha, Vipassana will be useless. Because,
yes,
because the mind won't have the strength to deal with your defilements. So you need to build up the strength of your mind, because you need ubekkha in your mind to be able to resist your defilement. When you see with wisdom that it's leading you to suffering, for instance. But we tend not to have the desire to resist our desire or cravings, even though we know that it's gonna hurt us later on. But we say, well, that is later on. Right now is I want to get rid of my bad feeling right now by drinking coffee or watching TV or whatever. Yeah. But if you have ubekkha and you say that this is not the right way to solve your problem, and you can stop. So you can resist watching TV or drinking coffee. But using sensual pleasure to solve our problem is not the way to solve it. It's actually increasing more problem later on, because we'll become addicted to the sensual pleasures. And when we cannot get the sensual pleasure, then things will be even worse than before. So it's the right way is to stop just to stop your desire, stop your cravings for coffee or for watching TV, to get rid of your bad feelings. Because your bad feeling arising from your craving or your desire for something. Your mind doesn't have food, so it becomes hungry. So you have to feed it with ubekkha first, with samadhi first, to make it becomes full. Then when the desire come up, you can then resist it. So, but you can divide up the time whichever way you want. Basically, the Buddha said all you need to do for starter to reflect on Vipassana is to reflect that once you are being born, you are subjected to aging, sickness, death, and separation. And that your body is not yourself, it's anatta. That's all you need to know, basically, as far as Vipassana is concerned. Or you can contemplate on the impermanent nature of all your possessions, for instance. People and things that you have, you're gonna have to lose it one day. So this will prepare your mind to let go of your attachment to them. This is basically all the vipassana for beginners need to know. Contemplate on the impermanent nature of your life and other people's life and your possession, so that you can see that they are not reliable. So then you want to not rely on them. The only thing that you can rely on is your practice, your samatha practice. Because once your mind becomes calm, you are happy, and you don't need anybody or things to keep you happy. Okay. Anything else?
That's all, Ajahn, for now. Thank you.
Okay. If you have any more questions, you can ask later on.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. Fong Sin Yi and Monica Chen. I heard you made some donation to the school. Thank you.
Most welcome, Tan Ajahn. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Tan Ajahn.
Did you get the information about the school?
Yeah, because Tan Ajahn mentioned it, so I just went and looked at it on Facebook and then contacted, emailed to them lah. So then they give some details and then I just made a small donation to them.
Okay. Any question today?
Yeah, Tan Ajahn, actually I've been trying to practice apart from sitting. Other times I've been doing Buddha, the mantra, to calm the thoughts. At times I find the mind is trying to resist, and as a consequence, if I keep on doing, the mind become very heavy. Am I doing it the right way?
Yes, when you're competing with your mind, see. So there's stress, there's tension. It's like a tug of war when two sides try to pull the rope. You feel there's stress, but if one side give up, then you feel release right away. So you have to keep up the pressure on your mind until it gives up. Keep reciting the mantra and ignore the feeling of tension in your mind. This is the result of what we call the war between Dhamma and the defilements. So don't expect easy path on this path, on this Noble Eightfold Path. It's like a war path. Sometimes some people have the wrong idea that it's a noble path, so everything's gonna be nice and easy. It's not nice and easy. It's the hardest work in this world, harder than going to war.
Yes, it's true. I find even I go for retreat, I'm so excited to go, but when I reach there, I want to come back.
That's how smart your defilement is. It's reason for you to go because the defilement also wants to go outside the house. But once they get to the house, then they start to create this desire to come back.
True.
Because it doesn't want to stay in any particular place for a long time. It becomes bored. And so it has to keep moving around all the time. So you have to stake out a post and stick to it. If you go to retreat, you have to stay in the retreat until you finish your retreat.
Yeah, earlier a lot of thoughts came in. Then after I keep on pursuing I keep on reciting the Buddha, then it subsides. But then subsequently, the emotions come up. So do I still use a Buddha when
You have to keep using it until everything disappears. This is like erasing writings on the blackboard. Keep wiping it out. Even though new writing keep coming in, you just keep wiping it out until eventually, when there's no writing left on the blackboard, then you can then stop.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you need perseverance. You need persistence in reciting your mantra until you eventually win. When you win, then you appreciate your effort. That it wasn't in vain. But if you stop in the middle, or when you haven't yet accomplished, then you seem to lose everything that you have done so far. So you just have to keep pushing yourself. Don't give up.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Tan Ajahn.
Okay.
Okay.
You're
Tan Ajahn,
from Malaysia, yes?
Yes. Sorry. Yeah, from Malaysia. Yes. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Okay. Tan Ajahn, so sometimes when I meditate, I will see like a black ball, like sometimes it just pop out of nowhere, like a black ball in front of me. So sometimes
ignore it. Just ignore it.
So just ignore it and go back to my
everything that appears is distraction. So don't pay attention. Keep focusing on your meditation object.
Okay.
Eventually you want to enter into emptiness. That's when you can stop focusing. When there's nothing left except emptiness, and peace and happiness.
Okay. Thank you, Tan Ajahn.
Okay. Let me go to the next person. Karina May from Singapore, I believe. I haven't seen you for a while.
And how are you? Yes. Has been struggling for a few weeks because I was thinking that my meditation stagnant. So lately have been trying to practice more frequently. So I found that has been improved also. But somehow during the meditation, just want to know about Nama and Rupa, because sometimes you know that the body is sitting there. At the same time, you also don't find the self, and you're also aware that you are just there and breathing. But I'm stuck in here, just want to know more Nama and Rupa. So I'm here at this stage.
You don't need too much to know too much of it now. What you need to know is how to get to jhana. Don't overstep. Don't go. People like to avoid jhana for some reason. They just find it difficult to do. So they want to, like taking an examination. You skip the first question and go to the second and third. But the second and third will depend on your ability to solve the first question first. If you cannot solve your first question, you will not be able to solve the second question. All the knowledge that you learn is useless, because the knowledge you learn, you want to apply in your practice to get rid of your defilement. And you cannot get rid of your defilement if you have no jhana.
True. These few days, when I practice, I feel that more lightly and feel that happy, have some calm and happiness, but haven't gone into a jhana yet.
Okay. I'll go to the next person. Okay. We have to go quickly now because there are lots of people waiting, I think. So next to you, Gavin Danapong.
Hello, John.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good. Any question today?
I wanted to ask a general question about kilesa. Is it are all the kilesa like something that are sentient, like parasites? They're kind of described often like they're cunning, they will fight, they will hide. So I just wanted to get a better scope on it.
Yes, they're very cunning. They're very smart to evade your what you call, you're catching them. They try to find different method to evade your catching them. So you have to know, that it's not easy, and that you have to keep changing the method. It's like viruses, they mutate. you cannot use the same vaccine all the time. You might have to produce new vaccine again. Sometimes you use this method for this particular kilesa, and then the next time you try to use upon it again, and then you cannot stop it. Then you have to find different method.
Okay. And another question kind of related. What is Mara?
It's just the personification of evil or the devil.
Okay.
There's no real Mara in terms of a person or thing. It's just the bad evil thoughts in your mind. It's called Mara.
Okay. That's all I had to ask, Ajahn. Thank you.
All right. Hi, Ka Phai Lim from Singapore. Or before, he's from Vancouver, USA. Where are you from, Ka Phai Lim? Singapore?
Yeah, hi Ajahn. I'm from Malaysia, and today I have no questions. Some of it has been answered. Just listening.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me say hi to Uma. Uma, where are you from? India?
Hello, Ajahn. I am from Pakistan.
Pakistan.
This is my first time here.
Yes. Where in Pakistan? Just curious.
I am in the city of Karachi.
Okay. You have any questions?
Yeah, Ajahn. Yes, I have a question about mindfulness and jhana. So, can you tell me how to practice mindfulness correctly according to the four frames of mindfulness in daily activity, not just in sitting meditation, but in daily activity? The problem is when I try practicing mindfulness in daily activity, I can be aware of the body and do my work at the same time. What I can do is I can be aware of the fact that I am just aware, which I am doing right now. And that to me is mindfulness of, like they say, mindfulness of mind objects. I think it's the same thing. And I think that's okay and it works, but I still want your input so that I can enter jhana as soon as possible. The goal is to enter jhana and then do vipassana, like you say, but I haven't been able to develop enough concentration to enter jhana in my meditations.
Yes, mindfulness, the purpose of mindfulness is to prevent your mind from thinking aimlessly. So you have to force your mind to concentrate on something. This is mindfulness, such as concentrating on what your body is doing at the moment. If you're walking, just keep concentrating on walking. If you're eating, just concentrating on eating. This is the method of building up concentration on mindfulness. Then you can stop your thought, because if you have to concentrate on what you do, you cannot think about other things at the same time. Another method is to use the mantra. If you don't want to watch your body, you can use the mantra. Just keep reciting the mantra when your mind start to start thinking aimlessly. You can use the mantra in conjunction with what you observing your body at the same time also. Now you're walking, and your mind still keeps thinking, then you can use the mantra with the watching the body walking. And if you can recite the mantra, then you cannot go think about the other thing at the same time. So this is developing mindfulness. Once you have strong mindfulness, concentration, then when you sit, you watch your breath. Because breath is the object that you can use when you sit. It's easy because your body is not moving anymore, so you use your breath as the object of your concentration to prevent your mind from thinking. And if you persist on concentrating, watching your breath, eventually it will drop into jhana.
But what would you say about the other meditation object being Asubha Bhavana, or also known as Kayaga Sati, which is body contemplations? I've heard many good things about it, and I've seen that people, and I've read an article by Ajahn Brahm. He said that people, if they're not finding good progress with Anapanasati, they can try the body contemplations, the Asubha Bhavana, and they can get rid of the problems associated with the body that way.
Well, this is mostly a specific meditation object. Like when you have sexual desire, then you cannot concentrate on your breath because you keep thinking about someone you love, someone you like. So then you have to use the super of that person. You have to dissect into the body of that person to see the internal organs of that person. Then you can then stop your sexual desire and bring the mind back to normal. Once the mind is back to normal, then you can then concentrate on your breath again. So it's used on under specific case reason. Come in order to get rid of your hindrance, your sensual desire that might come up before or during meditation, and it will prevent you from being able to focus on your breath. Then you have to tackle that problem with a different method. If you're angry with someone and it appears in while you meditate, then you have to forgive that person. Metta, avera hontu. Not to have any malice toward all being, no ill will toward other beings, regardless of what they did to you or not. Then you can then stop your anger. Your mind can then come back and concentrate on your breath again. So basically you use mindfulness of breath as your main object of meditation. Or if you're not sitting, then you use your body, watching your body movement as your object of meditation, of mindfulness. But only when you have other things, other emotion arise that disturb your concentration, then you have to use the right kind of object to get rid of that problem. Is this clear enough to you? Okay. Let me go to Alfredo. Hi, Alfredo from Brazil. How are you?
Good, and you?
Okay.
Thanks for your teachings. My meditation for me is good. Yesterday I meditate all time, and I'm feeling the jhana for jhana and upeka very strong. I'm very happy for this. My thoughts is very good. My thoughts not disturbing my mind. I'm feeling good on my practice. Is very good to feel in the way the way is better for me. I'm happy. Thanks.
Okay, good. You're welcome. Keep it up, okay? Keep on practicing. All right?
Yes.
Okay, let me say hello to the next person.
Yes.
Okay, Naomi Jonas from Toronto. Hi, Naomi. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well, thanks.
I haven't seen you for a few sessions.
Yeah, I've just been listening, on Facebook, or I didn't have any questions, so, but I have a question now. I'm just wondering if it's good for us to study the rules of the bhikkhus and bhikkhunis as lay people, or if it's just to know how we should eventually refine our own behavior, or if it's better to just not think about it, not worry about it, and focus on our own precepts and mindfulness.
Well, if you can focus on your mindfulness, it's better, because if you go read some other thing, it can then distract your mind from doing your mindfulness, and you will then find it difficult when you come back to do mindfulness again. So let's do things one step at a time. Right now, just build up mindfulness as much as possible to calm your mind. Once you have achieved this mastery of calming your mind, then you can read anything you want. But basically, you want to read about the body, feelings, and the mental states more than anything else, anyway. Only read those monastic rules when you decide you want to become a nun or a monk. But other than that, you don't need to know really. Just know the 8 precepts is good enough. Because the other rules, they are more like a regulation, you know. They're not really the harmful action, but they makes monks look nicer if they can behave better. That's all. All right. Is that all for today?
Yes,
For
thank
now?
you. Thank you, Ajahn.
Let me go to Geraldine. Hi, Geraldine from Singapore.
Hello, Ajahn. How are you? Yes, I have no question today. Thank you, Ajahn. Just listening.
All right. Let me say hello to Tio +9. You're from Singapore also, or Malaysia?
Hi Ajahn, I'm from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur here.
Okay. Any
Ajahn,
question?
I got 2 questions. One is recently, I think that I try to use Anapanasati using tips of the nose to monitor my breath rather than chanting or chanting mantra, Buddha or longer chanting. So I think that it's good that I can now focus on my breath. The thing is, just want to ask, is it that let's say that left on the nose or right on the nose, we will send it if we are mindful enough, or because sometimes when we wake up, right, maybe left nose is blocked, the right nose is okay, then we can send the right nose. So, or we are not mindful enough, actually we can send left nose also if we are mindful. So which one is which one, Ajahn?
I don't know. For me, they seem to come together, you know, left and right. They seem to. So I never really differentiate which is the left or the right nose. Yeah, just nostril, really.
That means actually not mindful enough. Like, if mindful, then actually we can sense all, is it?
Well, they seem to be coming together, see, the left and right. Yeah. So just focus at the tip of your nose. Just know the wind coming in, whether in the left nostril or the right nostril, doesn't matter. Just keep watching the breath in and out. And the purpose is to stop your mind from thinking. If you start thinking about left and right, then you're not doing it correctly. You should not be thinking about it at all.
Because sometimes maybe when we breathing, right, the wind touch the hair in the nose, and we can sense strongly maybe on the left side. So this is what I mean, that maybe the left side can sense more than right side.
Whichever one works for you, then use that method. Whichever can calm your mind and stop your mind from thinking, then you can use it.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Ajahn. Okay. Yeah. That's all. Yeah.
Okay, let me go to Dean. Hi, Dean. You have to control your speech, okay? Keep it to the minimum.
Ajahn, I don't have questions.
Okay.
You just told me to accept every step of the way, so that was enough last week.
Okay, so no question today.
No, thank
All
you.
right. Maybe later on you can report and do some speeches, but right now I want to cover everybody first,
Yes.
okay?
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, Phoebe, you're next. Phoebe Sang from Toronto. Dean was from Singapore, by the way. Hi, Phoebe.
Hi, Ajahn. I didn't really have questions, but just now I was just listening when the previous person was asking about the sensation of the breath in the nostrils, and I just wanted to ask. So at first we're trying to just have mindfulness, like by just fixing the mind on the point of noticing the breath. At what point should we start like paying more attention to the quality of the breath? For like like being aware if the breath is fine or coarse or shallow or deep or through the left or right. I'm just not sure.
You don't have to worry about that. Just keep watching your breath, and you'll see the changing of the breath automatically. When the breath becomes longer, more subtle, more refined, you'll see it changing. You don't have to do anything. You just keep watching, like watching a movie. Watch at the same point. You watch the movie on the screen, right? And you keep watching the screen, and then the movie keep changing, and you know it's changing. So it's like your breath. Your breath can keep changing from short to long, from coarse to subtle. And if it doesn't change also, don't worry. Just know that it's not changing, that's all. Just keep watching, that's all. No analyzing. No analyzing. Okay? Is that it for you today? Okay. See your mother, Soling, on the screen. Okay, let me go to Alanka. Alanka, hi, how are you? Where are you from? Yeah, unmute your microphone. Okay.
We're from India, both of us, me and my wife, Madhuri.
Why in India?
New Delhi, New Delhi.
New Delhi, okay. First time to join this meeting?
Yeah, first time, Venerable Ajahn.
Okay. Can I help you with any question?
I saw it, so I just joined.
I see.
We had read about you on the internet. So we said we'll just seek your blessings. We don't have questions today, but we just wanted to seek your blessings from the family.
Okay, blessing is the teaching of the Buddha, the Dhamma.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the real blessing, not just wishful thinking like may you be well and happy.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. No question from you today.
Not today. Today, blessings. Start with the blessing.
Okay. All right.
Thank
nice meeting you.
Same, Ajahn. Same.
Next, I'll go to Augusto from Portugal, I think, last time. Right, Augusto? You're from Portugal?
Hi, Ajahn.
You're from Portugal,
Yes.
right? Lisbon.
Yes, Lisbon.
Okay. Any question?
I have a question. How can we let go of clinging and sustenance to jhanas?
Clinging to jhana. You don't have to let go because you hardly get to jhana anyway, right? More or less, I think jhana let go of you more than you letting go of jhana. Because it keeps running away from you. It's hard to get into jhana. So don't worry about clinging to jhana. First, you have to get to jhana first before you can cling to it. And as long as you cling to it, it's okay. Especially when you're still practicing vipassana, you need the support of your jhana to give you to the goal, to reach the goal. You need jhana in conjunction with vipassana to get your mind to nibbana. So don't worry, it's only the last step. That's when you have to let go of your clinging to jhana and replace it with a better jhana, which is nibbana. Nibbana is like a permanent jhana, while jhana are temporary jhana. So when you get to that point, then you have to let go of your clinging to jhana in order for you to get to nibbana. Okay? But before that, try to cling to jhana. Don't worry, it's not hurtful and it's not harmful. It's only during the last step, that's when you have to give it up. It's like a step that you walk up to a building. You don't want to cling to the step, like once you get to the floor you want to go. You get out of the step and then you enter the floor of the building. So right now, don't worry about clinging to jhana. I think once you Worry more is how to get to jhana and have it for as long as possible.
All right. Thank you, Ajahn.
We'll go to Soling. Hi, Soling. You have any question today?
No, not really. But I was thinking about earlier on, we talk about doing things for ourselves. Like, we practice this or doing this and we think we are doing it for somebody else. But isn't it true that basically everything we do is for ourselves unless we get out from this delusion of self, really, isn't it?
That's right. Everything you do is do for yourself. By using other people or things as the reason for doing it, that's all.
Yeah.
Like
even
somebody's birthday, so you give up some money to charity, and you say, "I'll do it for this person." You actually do it for yourself.
Everything, yes, yeah. I mean, like danas and everything. We think we give it to the monastery, but deep down it's actually for our own good. We think this is for ourselves, for our marriage and etc. Isn't it? Yeah.
That's right. Good and bad action, you do it, and you're the one who will reap the result of your action.
Thank you, Ajahn. Thank you.
Hi, Mudita. How are you? Where are you from?
Thailand. Yes, I'm from Thailand.
Bangkok?
Yes, Bangkok.
Okay.
Prajat, what is the difference between samadhi and jhana?
The same thing. Samadhi is a general term for calm, and jhana are the different level of calm. First jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana. These are different level of calm that you get.
I see.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, that's all. Thank you so much, Prajat. I follow your advice from the last session, and it works very well. So thank you so much. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Happy to hear that. We'll go to Jessica. You're from Thailand also.
Hello, Tan Ajahn. Yes, I'm living here in Bangkok actually.
Are you expatriate or are you local?
Expat.
Expat. Originally
yes,
from where?
California, Morro Bay, 101.
101 Morro Bay.
Yes.
I was in Fresno, Highway 99.
I know highway.
I used to drive across to San Luis Obispo from Fresno.
Oh, that's where I went for middle school. The high school as well.
From Cal State, San Luis Obispo?
Yes, Cal Poly University.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I visited the campus once. I had a few Thai students, Thai friends there.
Oh, okay, it's amazing. Done. So what brought me here was actually for religious reasons. That's why I gave up everything in California to come live here in Thailand, because you cannot, there is not so many temples in California, and it's not accessible. So part of my life is temple life, as well as working to just be able to live here in Thailand. But my main purpose is, meditation and going to the temple. That's basically what I do in my daily life. I just wanted to share something with you. I was just recently back from a mini Tudong, actually. It was for Long Pa Wiliyang. It took place Friday till Sunday. It was in Korat. It was about 1,500 students in one place for 3 days with a few bathrooms. That was very interesting. It was very interesting. So I realized that, you have to adapt to the environment. I'm not very used to so many people at one place gathering, but we all have the same purpose to aim for one thing, which is Nibbana Nibbana. And I believe that coming together, it must have been a very good merit I've made in my past life, or I don't know, but the people there were very kind, very caring. Even though it was 1,500 people, they were also kind. They were all very so understanding. Even when using the bathroom as well, you know, if somebody didn't have something, another person is offering to help. It was a lot of kindness which I saw, and as well as during the meditation, 1,500 people were meditating for about, I think the time went by so slow, but it felt like it was just a few minutes. It was, the whole entire area was so quiet. There was only maybe the birds chirping in the forest, and it was amazing. It was just totally silent for 15 to 30 minutes. And my question is today is that, does the good merit that we make bring us together, like now, all of us here? Is it an accident, or have we done something good in our past life before that we are here today speaking to you?
We have the same preferences, that's why.
Okay.
That's why we're here, because we like the same thing. See,
yes.
If you like drinking, you won't be here. If you like watching
Yes.
movie, you won't be here. But
Yes.
if you like meditation, you will be here.
Yes,
It's what we
Ajahn.
like that bring us together.
Yes. So thank you for all your teachings.
And we call this good karma, or noble karma, or parami.
Yes.
We all like the same thing. We like meditation. We like dana. We like sila. So
Yes.
we seek the same company, there's people with the same thing that we like.
Yes.
But it's not important really. It's important is what you get out of what you do is more important. And just to point out that the tudong that you went is just not the real tudong.
Yes, I know the real tudong is
Yes.
our daily life and challenges that come.
No, also when you go tudong, you want to go seek solitude, seclusion. You don't go in a group, 1,500 people.
Yes,
Alone,
yes.
or maybe accompanied by another person.
Yes, Ajahn.
So just don't get the misperception that this is the way how they did tudong.
Yes,
So
Ajahn.
tudong is really for in search of solitude, in search of seclusion.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Ajahn.
But you might have a glimpse of the unpleasantness of living a tudong life, because you're homeless. You live like a homeless. You have nothing. Actually, monks who go real tudong, they don't have bathroom. They just use wherever they can find place.
Yes.
In
I did
forest.
it in, yes, I did it in the forest actually.
Yeah.
There was nothing really difficult about it. If you really need to go, you need to go, you know. You cannot go
We
look
are like
for...
animals, you know. We're not different from the monkeys or the
Yes, Ajahn.
the animals. They don't need bathroom, you know. They don't want to.
Yes,
They can, you know. Okay, no question today, huh?
No, no, Ajahn, no, not
Okay,
today.
nice talking to you. Maybe later on. Okay, who's next? Geraldine, Jacob. Jacob Eberhard. How are you? Please unmute your microphone first.
I just want to say it's a pleasure to be here. I came just to listen. Unexpectedly, when I was on Facebook today, I saw the link, and so it allowed me to come here. And I'm glad to be here, sir.
Where are you from?
I'm in Las Vegas right now. I'm from Boston area.
The stream is coming from Las Vegas into Buddhist meditation practice.
It is.
World, huh?
Yes, it's there's only one real monastery here, but there's a lot of little communities here in Las Vegas.
Any question you'd like to ask?
Not at this point, sir. Well, I would, yes, let me ask this, just because of my ignorance. Do you do this often? Do you offer this type of teaching often?
We've been doing weekly on every Tuesday about this time, but it's not fixed. It could be changed anytime because we don't know. There are changing situations that I might not be able to be here at this time. But normally we'll try to keep it at this time and this day, Tuesday, and about 8 p.m. Thailand time, which is about what, 6 Las Vegas time.
Yes.
More or less. Okay.
That was the only question I have, sir. I thank you, because that'll be a real gift to me to be able to come to these gatherings.
Okay, you're always welcome. Hope to see you again next time, okay? Stick on. We still haven't yet finished yet. Okay. Let me see anybody else who hasn't yet asked any question. I think everybody has had the chance to ask question. So let admin.
We have a question from Facebook now.
Okay.
There are 5 questions from Facebook. The first question from Tan Baksoon.ท่านอาจารย์ is nimitta a present moment object?
Nimitta, a pleasant object?
Yes. A pleasant moment. A pleasant moment object.
I'm not sure what you mean by a pleasant moment of object. Nimitta means to have weariness of things, tired of things, and you don't want to have them. So this is good because it then makes you to be able to let go of things.
And next question from Keely. Good evening to all repeated master and fellows. My question is, how can we prove that there is next life, life after life?
There's no need to prove because it's something you have to discover when you become enlightened. Other than that, you cannot prove it. You just have to accept or believe someone who has enlightened, like the Buddha and his noble disciple. But it's not the main thing that you need to know, really. The main thing you need to know is how to get rid of your mental suffering. And that you need to practice meditation, keep the precept, and do charity.
And next question from Chi Ching Chuan. Dear Ajahn, if one is treated unfairly, for example, being accused for doing something but he has not done it, how should he react? Thank you.
Well, he should react calmly by telling them that this is not what you do. You're not what you're accused of. Is not what you did. But don't get angry or don't get mad. And just be calm and be rational, and just tell your side of the story if you can. If you cannot, then you have to accept that maybe people just don't want to listen to you, and so there's nothing you can do but just to accept the consequence.
And next question from Jane Lee. Hi Ajahn, how are you? I have question want to ask. While I'm doing meditation, suddenly feeling something pull my soul out, and I remember what Ajahn said before. Keep say Putto. Is it right way I do?
Yes. And what happened? Nothing should happen. When you meditate, the mind can react by creating many different things to distract you. So you don't want to pay any attention to them. Just keep focusing on your meditation object.
And next question from Paul Liang Soon. There's 2 questions. The first question is, that is a time I meditate. After knowing and watching my breath, then focus has anchor to my mind and cannot let go. My body feels light and unpained. Can Ajahn tell this scenario after this no more happen again?
Well, just treat it as just something that comes and goes, and it's not under your control. Just forget about it once it's gone. Just let it be. If it comes up, just ignore it. Don't try to react.
And last question. Another time when meditate, I smell a sweet flower odor about 1 minute. After that, no more can. Ajahn, please explain.
Same thing. It's just things just happen. Just know that it happens and it disappears. It's anicca, it's anatta. You cannot control them. Just let them come and go. Then you will not have any dukkha.
That's all,ท่านอาจารย์.
That's all question. I see there's some new participant who just entered the room. Kun Vichon, can you go to that person?
ST form. Okay.
Hi, evening, Ajahn.
Hi, how are you?
ST here. Yeah, good. How are you, Ajahn?
You're from Singapore.
Yes. Just good to join you. No questions at the moment. Thank you.
Okay. Kind of late. We almost finished.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody has any questions, just raise your hand and then we'll.
There's one more question from Facebook, ท่านอาจารย์.
Go ahead.
Hi, Ajahn. How can I have more wisdom and practice to be more mindful?
You have to listen to a lot of Dhamma talks or study the Dhamma books. You get more wisdom. And to be mindful, you have to keep reciting a mantra or keep watching your body action. Whatever you do, keep concentrating on what you do. Then you'll get mindfulness. With wisdom, you have to first study from the Buddha by reading his teaching or listening to the teaching of the noble disciples.
That's all, ท่านอาจารย์.
Okay, anybody have any questions?
Yes, sweetheart. Okay.
Sweetheart.
Yes, no. The other one, sweetheart. Right, you can talk now.
So Ajahn, this is a question from my friend. Like he wanted me to ask this question a few months ago, and I was trying to figure it out, like how to connect with you. So like the question was like whenever he does Anapana meditation, he used to have a very he used to have a headache. And now he doesn't have that. He's feeling much better, but and it happens only when he does Anapana meditation. So, do you have any advice, Ajahn?
It's the mind's reaction to being controlled. The mind doesn't like to be controlled. Actually, it's the defilement that doesn't like to be controlled. So it will create all this obstacle, like feeling pain, headache, or feel heavy, or anything like that. So you just have to ignore it and persevere. Just keep meditating, and when the mind becomes calm, then the resistance will then disappear, and your mind will be, and then you won't experience any of that thing. So just tell me that, yeah.
Sorry, Bhante.
Just don't worry. They come and go, and they're there to distract you, to prevent you from meditating. That's all. So you must not pay them any attention, and just try to concentrate on your meditation object. When your mind becomes calm enough, then they will disappear.
Okay.
Is that all?
Yes, Ajahn. Thank you.
Okay. Next, anybody?
Okay, just raise your hand now. Just raise your hand. Okay, Joseph.
Okay, Joe.
Ajahn, would like to ask you about the Mahayana view of taking bodhisattva vows. Personally, for me, I feel that, of course, having aspiration to enter the stream entry, and well, if possible, to attain nibbana would be the ideal. But I don't understand why the bodhisattva vows are so important to Mahayana Buddhists. Do you know?
Well, they have this perception that being a noble disciple is inferior to being a Buddha. See, because being a Buddha can help a lot of people, while being a noble disciple can only help a small number of people. So they want to aim for the highest, being a Buddha. That's all. That's their understanding. But in reality, it's not easy to become a Buddha. And you only have to aspire to become a Buddha during a time when there is no Buddhism. But once there's Buddhism, you don't need to aspire to become a Buddha, because the real goal of becoming a Buddha or being a noble disciple is to be free from suffering.
Right,
to
right.
reach Nibbana.
Right.
So once you have the path toward Nibbana, then you should give up your aspiration for becoming a Buddha.
Right. Right. And their view is that every one of us are Buddhas inside us. So
we have the mind is like everybody is a potential Buddha or potential noble disciple.
Right, right.
But in reality, not everybody can become a Buddha.
Yeah. Right.
Very, very rare. Many 100 million people can become a Buddha.
Right, right, right. Does the Theravada tradition or path believe also that there's a second coming of Maitreya?
Yes, in Buddhism we believe that there are many Buddhas coming, past and present and future.
Right.
There were many past Buddhas before this present Buddha, and
Right.
there will be many more new Buddhas coming in the future. But the time is very far away.
Right, right, right.
That's all.
Right, right.
As long as there's still people aspiring to be free from mental suffering, they'll be a Buddha.
Right. Right.
Or be a noble disciple in the case if there's Buddhism already there, like us. We aspire to become noble disciple. But the goal is not being a noble disciple. The goal is to be free from suffering.
Right, 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 right. So one last question is, for a monk to attain arahanthood, can I say that particular monk has been called to become an arahant because of his past lives and the sowing of very good karma in his past lives, leading to his current life and practice that is able to help him to become an arahant? Am I
That's
right?
right. Your past karma will be the one that will push you toward the path that you're going, whichever path it is, good or bad.
Right. So the past life helps a lot.
Yeah, your past life determine your present and your future direction of your life, but it doesn't predetermine the destination of your future, but it's the one that more or less guide you into a certain direction.
Right, right. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Anybody?
There's one more question from Facebook,ท่านอาจารย์. From Sung Ling Liang. Being careful and being mindful, is it the same?
Yes, it's the same thing. Careful or mindful is to concentrate on what you do in the present.
That's all, ท่านอาจารย์.
Is that all? Okay. Anybody else?
Okay. You can raise your hand. Okay, nobody raised their hand.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, in that case, I think I will have to call this meeting to an end, okay? We're about 1 hour and 42 minutes into the meeting so far. And even nobody else have any question, I think I will then have to close this meeting. And wish you all well. May you keep on practicing. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay mindful. Good night for now.
Good night.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you.
Thank you,ท่านอาจารย์ Thank you, admin. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
admin.
people.
Thank you,
Take
love.
care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Amy. Bye.